Good evening. This is Catherine Nadal, professional psychic medium, and this is Bringing the Darkness to the Light. Tonight I have some special guests for you. I have Joey Campo, the drummer, and Terry Knight, the singer of the Hudson Valley band Obsidian. Hudson Valley, New York is just north of New York City. It's such a pleasure to have you guys with me tonight.
How you doing, Catherine? Thank you for having us.
Thank you very much.
Great. I have some questions prepared for this. So the first question is, how did you form the band?
Back in 2011, I believe it was October, I was tired of what I was doing with the band that I was in, and I decided to put together another project. I ran into an old friend of mine, and, well, actually, he contacted me, and we were just talking, and I was sitting outside my house one day, and I said, screw this, I'm going to put together another band. And I called him up. I got two other members. Actually, two of the members that I got was from the original band that I was trying to get away from because it was just too much aggravation. And lo and behold, we started rehearsing, and then my bass player at the time, Dino Anello, decided to put an ad in Hudson Valley Music Classifieds or something like that, and Terry answered the ad, came down, kicked butt, and Obsidian is me and her and who's ever in the band now.
That's great. So how did you name the band?
Actually, we opened it up to our Facebook community. We had started a Facebook page and had a few followers, maybe a couple hundred. And so we opened it up to them to pick names based on rocks, minerals, and things that were organic. And they chose Obsidian, which is volcanic rock made from really, really hot lava that turns to glass.
Wow, it's so interesting.
Right?
Yeah, it's really unique. So tell me about your experience being one of the bands at the Chance Theater, which is in Poughkeepsie, New York.
Well, I've been playing at the Chance with this band and my prior band for the past, I'd say, 30 years. And over that time, it became like my second family. I mean, Frank, Caroline, and the whole crew at the Chance, you know, they're amazing people, and it was the greatest place for me to ever play.
It was cool because they actually were the only venue that allowed you to have original music, and since we're an original band, we write our own material, we had a home in the Chance Theater. So we were able to play there multiple times over the course of a year, get exposure for our music, and just grow our relationships with them. But Joey had long-standing relationships.
Yeah,
with
I call myself the only employee there that didn't get paid because I was friends with Frank and Caroline, and it wasn't about give me money. It was a family, and the Chance never did me wrong, and I was always there for them, just like I would be for my own family.
Yeah, the Chance actually is really a historic place. A lot of people don't realize that, but in the Hudson Valley, really has a lot of history. And the Chance Theater actually had some major acts there. So what were some major acts that you actually were able to see?
Oh, my God. I've seen... oh, my God. I seen Slaughter there. I seen Paul Stanley there. I seen Doro there. I saw Metal Church there, Ace Frehley, Tesla,
Zebra.
You name the band, I've seen them there. Queensryche, the list goes on and on and on and on.
Anybody that
owns the back of a Chance, anybody that owns a Chance T-shirt, those are all the bands that played there, and then some.
Right.
Yeah, it's really amazing. I know that one of the last shows I saw there that was a huge show was the last show that Frank Paulette booked, and that was Dokken. And that was an amazing show. So unfortunately, we lost Frank Paulette. He passed away, as well as his sister Carolyn. So we miss them dearly.
Mm-hmm. Oh, without a doubt.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, we also lost Bob, the lighting guy, too. So,
oh, that's right, Bob Moore.
Yeah, Bob was the first one to go.
Wow.
And
it was just a home atmosphere. The whole theater, the whole promoting original music, allowing us to have a venue for our music and just share the music with the community. And it was just a wonderful experience. The Chance Theater lives on. It's legendary.
Yeah,
a lot
always
of
will be.
A lot of people thought Frank was just in the chance for the money, which, you know, you got to understand. Yeah, you got to try to make money doing stuff. But Frank was a musician himself. His band played there numerous amounts of times, and
He loved music.
He loved music, and he loved doing for everybody.
That's right. Yeah, he had the band Big Guns.
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Yes, they were a great band.
So now that the chance is closed, tell the audience where you've played in the past, but also where you're currently playing.
Well, we're actually playing at, please.
Empire Live in Albany on December 15th. We go on stage at 9 o'clock. Our touring guitar player is the opener, so he moved on.
He's the headliner.
Sorry, I sit corrected. He's the headliner. We're the opener. And prior to that, though, we from 2011 to about 2016, we played in the tri-state area, and it all culminated with our Northeast tour in 2016, opening for Doro Pesh. So we expanded our reach to Columbus, Ohio, to Rochester, New York, New Hampshire, Londonderry. We also got to play at the Chance, which was awesome, and ended up going from Connecticut down to Maryland to the Fishhead Cantina. So and now this past year we were able to go to Titusville, Pennsylvania, and had an amazing experience with the people there of Pennsylvania. So we're expanding our reach all the time, and there's always more to do in that regard.
Yeah.
Wow, it's so exciting, isn't it? Especially when
Absolutely.
you're leaving New York and you get to see, you know, all the other venues and how things are done. Every club is different.
Oh
don't you
yeah,
think?
without a doubt.
For sure.
When we were on tour, it was great going from place to place and knowing that the next night you got a place to play. They hooked you up, they fed you, they took care of you. It was. I'm glad I got the chance to experience that, and it's amazing. And all the places that we play are really, really. I mean, Titusville, as Terry said, was phenomenal, and it's out in the middle of Pennsylvania, and it's one of them. Oh man, we're going to drive 5 hours. What's this going to be like? And let me tell you
They were
something.
wonderful people. The wonderful venue it's you know, and shout out to Derek, you know, at the time Doro's engineer, because as a lead singer, you know, you need an engineer that really can make you stand out, and he was awesome. So just being able to expand our reach to Titusville, Pennsylvania, and we were supposed to go to Allentown, Pennsylvania. Just looking forward to whatever else is out there.
Yeah, looking forward to whatever we can get on.
Yeah, so with all these upcoming shows, what's your social media like? How can people contact you on social media?
I would say they could go to our Facebook page, Obsidian. Now, there's a lot of Obsidians out there, so Obsidian is, I don't know how to, just Obsidian, or Terry Knight at terrykf at nightcreative.com will allow you to let you in. Let's see. We actually are everywhere on Spotify, Apple Music, we're on YouTube Music. What else? Anywhere you can find music today that's streaming.
www.obsidianband.com.
Is
Yeah.
definitely, that'll give you some good
That
feedback.
will lead you to the Facebook pages, all our
that's
music,
true,
and
yeah.
everything else.
That's the easiest way.
That's really great because I know that when I was preparing for my first radio show, the one prior to this one, I pulled some music off. I actually played the intro, which was one of your songs called Conspiracy of Love.
Mm-hmm.
And I finished the episode with the whole song of The Book of Life. And I know that song, The Book of Life, is actually featured in my second book. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that. But I wanted to make sure everybody knows where they can find you, how they can find you, because I love your music. And I actually...
You're a great supporter. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hashtag, we can only do this with you. You are amazing, Catherine. Seriously.
I go to all your shows, or
On
at least
many
as
levels.
many of the shows I can get to.
Psychically and
yeah.
otherwise.
Yeah, it's interesting because I play your music in the background a lot, and I tend to often go to SoundCloud. And
Okay, right.
that's
Yeah.
where I really go to. But, you know, Spotify, I know that's really great too. So
The one key thing about all of these platforms where we all made the mistake of, we never titled the album. So your best way to find the music, if you're going through the music platforms, is type in Obsidian Sacred Ground, and that should pull up the whole album. If not, go to the website. All the songs are on there. There's actually, I believe, a bonus song on there on the website.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, you're right, Joey, because when I looked at SoundCloud, that's exactly how I found you. I put in Obsidian Sacred Ground, and it comes up automatically that
yeah,
way.
well, we know better for next time. So
It's an ongoing
We
thing.
wanted to just name the CD Obsidian, but
First band.
never
First album.
not thinking about all the other Obsidians out there. So we made that one little mistake. But
you're not alone though, because a few people have Googled my company, which is Dream Central Station, and they're like, "Oh, you're a band," and I'm like, "No,
No.
I'm not a band." But there's a band out there called Dream Central Station, which I find really amazing. So it happens.
Everything's
yeah.
been done before. So
Yeah, it happens.
You'll find us if you want to find us. If
Yes.
you're meant to find us, you'll find us.
Oh, wow, yeah. So just so the audience knows, we've been friends a really long time. Joey and I have been friends at least 15 years.
oh yeah, we met at the Chance. I believe it was benefit for a motorcycle
Charity,
charity
yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
You meet Catherine at the Chance for the first time. I know that's where I met you with your first book.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So just so everyone knows, I was the house psychic for Carolyn and Frank at the Chance, and I did a lot of events for them. While I was there, they used to have an annual tattoo, kind of like an annual tattoo event where there was a lot of bands coming through, and then people would sit with me and I would give them readings. So over the years, we kind of did a lot together at the Chance where the bands were coming through and I was sitting there at the table giving readings. So it was kind of like a collaborative event.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a few questions, knowing me, being a psychic medium, what are your experiences with psychic abilities or paranormal experiences?
I'll start with that one because Joey and I love to watch paranormal shows, but psychic abilities are what brings it down to the personal level. So someone like you are just awesome because you're able to tap into the other dimension to give us messages that heal us, help us, and just make us realize that there's more to life than what meets the eye.
Yeah, that's really, there's so many resources out there now, there's so many things for people to be able to get their hands on. Either, it's the written books or it's watching TV programs. It's interesting because psychic abilities and having a gift is not necessarily for everyone, but it's something that I was born with, and it's interesting when I work with people because not everybody is born with that gift.
Right.
So
No,
Sure.
yeah, or we wouldn't be on your show right now.
some people are probably very happy that they weren't born with that gift. So what would be more experiences other than like paranormal experiences, watching like a TV show? Do you do a lot of that?
Well, I'll start and you can finish because you've had more experiences than I have. But I totally appreciate the paranormal. I appreciate psychic abilities even more because, like I said, it's direct messages, it's communicating with the loved ones, and it's much more personal. So it's extremely important.
Well, back in 1998, I lost my 6-year-old son, Anthony. And about 6 to 8 months after his passing, my sister decided to have a psychic medium come to my house. So, me being me and my father being my father,
Skeptics.
did not believe. You're dead, you're underground, yada, yada, yada. That's the way it was back then. And the medium, she started doing her stuff and she was bringing stuff up about, to my grandmother about her husband. And she turned around and said to my father that this gentleman said, "Thank you very much." And my father's like, "What are you talking about?" And she goes, "I don't know. I just got this message from Vinny that he says to tell you thank you." And my father's just like, "Can you tell me for what?" And my father put something in the casket, and it was one of Vinny's prized possessions, and it was one of Vinny's guns. So she nailed it with that, and then I got up, I walked away because I was just like, yeah, yada yada yada.
Oh wow! So she actually said the
she
gun.
She said the gun. She said Vinny. Yeah. She impressed. Excuse me. She impressed my father. Me, I was still a skeptic. I get up, I walk away, I go downstairs. Now I lived in a two-story house, and where this woman was sitting, she did not see me coming back up the stairs, and she said, "Your son said thank you for getting that," and she could not see me. She did not. It was virtually impossible, and wind up was I went downstairs to get my son's Winnie the Pooh bear stuffed animal. And I came up the stairs, and just as I got to the top of the stairs, she said that to me. And from that point on, my skepticism went out the window.
Oh, wow.
Because that just blew my mind. And there was other stuff, but your show's only an hour long, and we won't get into that.
Yeah, but I think that's, I think that the story that you tell is really important to the audience, because there's so many people that question the ability, but there's also so many people that want to believe. So they're caught between, do I believe, and caught between, wow, this, how can I not deny it? Just like what you said.
I can't tell people to believe in it. They got to want to believe in it. And, sometimes when these people, they go and they pay for psychic readings, this, that, and the other thing, and they're in a group, just say they're in a group, you might pay this money, and if somebody doesn't have a message for you, you're not going to get it. So if you pay the money, you can't walk out of it saying, no, this didn't happen. Or, back then I would think, oh, this is all stage. Oh, this person knows that person. And, today you got the internet. You got to want to believe. And I was proven wrong, and I do believe. I mean, you're a friend of mine, and just, not because you're just a friend of mine, I believe in what you do, because before I met you, I had these other things happen, and and tragically 3 years ago, my house burnt down, and my former wife, whatever anybody wants to call her, she died in the fire, and a friend of my sister's died about a month afterwards in a car accident. So my three sisters and the guy's wife that passed away went to one of these big things, and the four of them got pegged right out and said blah 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 blah, and started saying, telling them
people wouldn't know.
Yeah, telling them things that they wouldn't know. And my one sister turns around, the medium turned around and told my sister, tell your brother I will love you forever. And that was coming from my wife to my sister to come back to me. And it was just so weird how they just honed in right on them.
Yeah, so that's kind of interesting, and I'm glad you kind of brought that up, because when events are really big, sometimes people that go to them, they realize, like, I may not get a reading. But sometimes, especially like in your case, it's tragic. The passings were all tragic. And sometimes the energy, the medium is pulled, especially if everyone's sitting together in that area where there's more than one tragedy.
Well, my father also passed away 4 days after the fire in my house and losing my wife. And my sisters were there, and my father came through for my sisters. It was from what I hear. I didn't go to this thing, and my sisters got no reason to lie to me. So this woman just went to all four people in that one area and stuck with them for like 10 minutes, and going back and forth and blew my sisters away. And I believe in I absolutely believe in it.
Oh yeah.
If somebody's got a message to say, they're gonna get through one way or the other.
Oh sure. But I think with your case, there was just one tragedy after another.
Oh yeah.
And it's just an incredible what people go through in this lifetime. It's just really incredible what people go through in this lifetime. So, and a lot of times, I always say this, you never know what yesterday looked like for someone, but you also don't know what today looks like for someone.
Yeah.
And that's really hard, because when we have people that pass in tragedy, grief becomes very different, and it's part of sudden death.
It's how you handle
Yeah,
the
it's
grief.
part of sudden death. And all of this, what you're talking about, is all connected to sudden death.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's funny that when my house burnt down, I didn't know who was in my house. Okay, I get a phone call from my son. Dad, the house is on fire. With Terry at the time at her house. I drop doing what I'm doing. I fly home. I pull up, and I couldn't get fully to my house, but I can see my house because there's so many fire trucks, this, that, and the other thing. I started running up the street, and I noticed that my son and my mother were at one of my neighbor's house. So I knew they were safe. So as I'm running up, now I want to go find out about my dogs in the house. So I go running up to my house, and all the firefighters, they're putting out the fire. I run around the back of my house. I'm trying to find my dogs. And cop comes up to me, puts his hand on his shoulders, and says, "You got to get out of here. They're working on your wife." I'm like, "My wife? What do you mean, my wife?" I didn't know she was in the house. She came to the house to make pancakes for my son. I was at work. I had no idea. So I come the minute they said they were working on her, and I seen them doing the chest compressions. I knew she was done. I knew that was it. She wasn't coming home. You just have this feeling, and from that moment on, I mean, I was getting phone calls, this, that, and the other thing from the hospital because they brought her to a local hospital, and then they flew her down to Pennsylvania, and I was getting phone calls at 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, we got to pull the plug, you got to do. I was just like, you need to keep her where she is because my son's flying in from California, and he needs to see something besides nothing. So I don't know how we got on that subject.
No, but it's important though, because I did mention, it's the trauma that people go through, and it's affiliated with
it was
the tragedy.
how you handle it.
But
and
it's true though.
I had to be strong, and where I found the strength to, lose everything. When I had the clothes on my back. I believe I had some clothes at Terry's house. I had nowhere to sleep. I had nothing. Nothing. My house was gone. My son had to jump out a second-story window. One of my 2 dogs had to go directly to the hospital. The other dog never made it out of the house.
Yeah.
I mean, we had an iguana, a bearded dragon, I should say. He made it out of the house, but when you lose everything you have, and you got to start over from nothing, you got to have a belief in something, and it's I don't know. Maybe.
No, but it's true though, and I think but as being a dad, I think you make a really big point that your son was in the house when this was happening. So
my son was in the bathroom. He was stuck in the bathroom. And
part of your strength is coming from being a dad, and I think being strong has been able to help him through this. This experience. With
I needed
grief.
to show my son that I couldn't break down, because if I broke down, he would have lost it. I think things would have turned out worse. And having the people that reached out to help me was amazing. Terry was amazing. She was there. All the people that donated, they did a GoFundMe page, and I'm like, I hope I can make enough money just to be able to bury my wife. And the amount of money that was made, forget about it. It was insane.
The support of the community, I think, is really amazing at these times.
Oh, yeah, it was amazing.
It's really, really great.
Okay. All right, let's move on to something else, because I can sit here and chit-chat all night about stuff like this.
No, it's fine. So before meeting Catherine, you met some of these other people that were able to validate the information for you. What was your first memory of meeting Catherine and about hearing about her work?
About you?
Yeah.
Oh, you're asking a question like there's somebody else.
No, about meeting Catherine, me. from the
Our
chance?
special Catherine.
Yeah, it was through the chance, being at one of the shows.
You
and
are one of the most
you
amazing and music enthusiasts and supporters, because we cannot do what we do without people like you. And you are special on a number of levels. One is your support for the music community, which is how we met at the Chance. And the other is because you have these amazing abilities, because you served our country, because you've got so much depth to you as a person. And that's why we're here right now, Catherine.
Aw,
because
thank you.
you invited us to talk about our band, and that's just amazing. And we want to put it back to, the topic at hand, which is your abilities to be able to help people with your psychic abilities, to help them heal, to help them share their experiences like Joey just shared, and just heal through the work that you do.
Yeah, and
It's really important.
We also need to take time to also say thank you for what your services
She comes
to
to
the
all our
country.
shows too.
No. Thank her for her service to her country.
That
You know,
too,
she was
of course.
she was over in Iraq and all of
Yeah.
that stuff, and it's like I don't know
And
if I
shout
could
out
have
to
did
all
it.
the nurses out there, because you guys
Yeah.
are the caregivers of the world. So thank you for your
Well,
service, and
thank
thank you
you.
for your support, and
Thank you
for
for
everything
your
you do.
support. So working at the Chance was an amazing experience for all of us. But have you ever seen me working other than working
Actually,
at the Chance?
yeah, when to go back to the fire, when I got after the fire, I wound up getting an apartment, and it's funny because I lived above 3 nuns. Sweet. It was the best thing that ever happened. So I wanted to have my house. I wanted it blessed, and I wanted you to come. And I called you up.
Cleansed.
I wanted you to come, and I thought my house was haunted. I thought somebody was following me, but
Somebody
I
was
wanted
following you.
well, whatever. I wanted
You were being
you to
followed.
come in and cleanse my house and cleanse and bless my house, and you did.
I did.
Yes,
yeah.
you did.
I
And
was
it-
there for that, so I got to witness you in
Yeah,
action.
with the sage
And she
the-
just comes out with it. Like, she'll get a message and she delivers it. And because it really was about cleansing the house, which we're going to, I think, do at the end. And to watch you, just bring your energy and your compassion to the space that someone lives in, but then download a message and deliver it. So that's where the psychic ability was, it's healing and helpful. It just, because I think your son was there too, right?
Yeah, she was saying
So
messages
she was
from us.
delivering
She
messages.
out of nowhere she decided to
She
surprise
dealt-
my son and tell him that his grandfather was relaying messages.
And I
Yeah.
think that's the part that's so healing, when people want to understand that there is something after this life, and you tap into that.
Oh, yeah. I think that day was kind of really special because when I went to your house and your son Chris was there, and we explained what we were going to do, and you explained who I was, and you explained that your song is in my book, and
Yeah,
she
that-
danced
yeah.
by the light of the moon.
Yeah, thank
know?
you for that too.
And I remember I brought roses that day.
Yes.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, and I do this with some people actually, but I do this ceremony with roses, and I had all of you at the kitchen counter, and
Yes.
I gave you a certain amount of roses each, and everyone had their own kind of bowl. And what I do is I help people make rose water. And when you take rose petals and you put them in like boiling hot water, you just stir them, and actually the color of the water changes.
Yeah,
And so then what did you guys do with that water?
I saved it. I saved it
You told
until
us
I had to
save
move.
it, and we had some candles
Yeah,
that you gave us.
yes, I still got the candles, but I saved. I
Until we-
saved mine, Terry's. My son had his until I moved, and when I moved, things got shifted around. So
Yeah, so we could do it again sometime, but it's interesting because people make rose water, and what I do is I recommend that they leave it in the house, which you did,
Right,
which
yes.
was good. And it actually changes the energy of the house. So it brings in, like, evokes a love energy to the home.
Mm-hmm.
It evokes kind of like a healing energy. And
My house
especially
was
since-
much.
Yeah.
Not that my house was an uproar, but it was definitely.
Peaceful.
It felt peaceful
was a
because
happy
whatever
home.
was following me calmed down.
I have to say, He's a trooper, though. I mean, to go through something like that
No,
and
I
be
know.
so strong.
It's incredible, I know.
Anything that you did that day was just helped keep the, the zen of it whole, and just the spirituality and the whole, just calmness of having experienced such loss.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's interesting because since then, Joey, you've moved to another place, and we're in your new place right now.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll have a chance to do this, cleansing of your new home tonight.
Well,
So we'll have to work that in. Yeah, we're going to work it in.
Let's
we'll
work it in. I would love to see that again.
We'll work it in. Very good. I know. I'm sure the audience would be interested to see how that goes.
Well, they're going to hear. They're not going to see. This is not video.
We'll create
That's
a visual
true.
experience through
Well, walking
podcast.
through my house, you may hear the dog bark. So just to let you
we'll
know.
see.
He's got a big dog.
Well, we got to go upstairs.
So I just have a few more questions before we wrap up. How would you like to see the development of spirituality?
I will answer that one.
Okay.
As the lyricist and melody writer of Obsidian, I feel that you're channeling just to create. I'm sure most other songwriters and musicians will feel that similarly, that you are basically creating out of nothing an experience for your listeners. And when they resonate, because sometimes songs don't mean the same things to the audience that they mean to you as the songwriter, and it doesn't matter, because whatever is going to move you in your own evolution, your own spirituality, is really what a song can do, no matter what genre it is, no matter what the lyrics are, no matter what as long as it resonates with you, you're going to develop your own spirituality. So that's what I feel I'm able to accomplish in developing my own, getting in touch with my own, but also sharing it with other people.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. So do you think you have any abilities yourself?
I'm sure we all do, and I leave the serious stuff to you, Catherine, but I know that I'm intuitive as a creative, so I'm in touch with that. But that's as far as it goes.
Yeah, I could tell though, because from your lyrics and the way you write, you can tell that you have the ability to see far more stuff than I think it's just the written word. Mm-hmm. You're getting this from somewhere else.
Right. I think
that piece feels really important.
And I appreciate that, because, you want to inspire people with your music overall. And a lot of it is sometimes I say to myself, where did that come from? But it's inspired and it's divine. And again, we're all here as, it's go to the light. We're all beings that want to evolve and be better, most of us anyway.
You probably have some very visual dreams. Are you
a
dreamer?
I
I can imagine.
And I'm a graphic designer by day and a web designer, so I live in content creation and
color
and just So it's very cool to be able to put that into music.
I'm sure
with these talented people that I work with.
Oh yeah,
the four of us. So it's John, Will, Joey.
You got talent?
Joey and myself. Not you so much. No. I've been working together with him.
But I think being in a band, you really have to all be in sync with each other, and you have to be know the timing of everyone and the personalities of everyone.
Oh,
so.
It's definitely. I liken it to a canoe, right? If you're all rowing, or a boat, and you're all rowing in the same direction, the boat moves forward. But if everyone's out of sync, it either spins or is capsizing. So it's a real challenge. And anyone who's famous, we've heard those stories. It's at its best. It is so uplifting and just remarkable to be a part of a project, even at this level. So
yeah,
it's cool.
And a band is a family, and your families, you have fights.
Oh, I'm sure.
We don't focus on that.
There's always drama somewhere, right?
Oh. Yeah. No, it doesn't kill you, makes you stronger. And it's all for the fans, and as long as they enjoy, we try to do our best to give them something to come out and listen to and watch.
That's great. Well, thank you so much. So Joey referenced the band being a family. Can you give an example of when this felt really strong for you?
Oh, absolutely. So very early in our origins of Obsidian, we literally had our first show booked at the Chance for April 14th, 2012. So we were only a few months old. We were rehearsing, and on Thursday night we were at the Hodgepodge in New Windsor rehearsing, and afterwards, we had a little caravan because we were celebrating our excitement about our first gig, and we ended up going to the Coach Diner. But on the way, my sister calls me and tells me, but doesn't even like wait till I'm sitting down, which I was driving, and says my father had passed away. I was beside myself because it was so sudden. He was in Florida playing golf with his buddies. I had just seen him Easter weekend, and this was the last thing I thought would even be a possibility in my entire life. And I remember screaming, I'm not ready, I'm not ready. So we get to the diner parking lot, and I'm hysterical, and I'm driving with a friend of ours, and Joey gets out of the car, and he hears me screaming and thinks that someone's attacking me. And so we ended up just pretty much disbanding. Joey drove me home, and I remember his lovely son, Christopher. We dropped him off because he was there that night, and he was just open arms wanting to give me a hug, and just a side note, just a sweetheart soul. And so got to my house and just realized the enormity of this. And long story long, to tie it into what you do and what, just bringing in the band to it, because it was so poignant of a time. A few months later, I was in the bathroom and I was getting ready for bed. It was pitch black in my room, which is very rare. I don't normally leave the lights off when I turn down the bed or go into bed. But I had gone into the bathroom and left the lights off, and I said, while I was in the bathroom, Dad, give me a sign that you're okay and make sure I know it's you. And I get out of the bathroom, pitch black room, and I see on the wall these numbers in like a microwave green, and they're floating and sort of shifting and changing like a digital clock. And I crawl over the bed and I'm looking like where is this coming from? Is it a reflection of the I think the clock said like 2 o'clock in the morning. So it was impossible that I would see 23 ... which is a colon, 23:51. So I see 2351. It settles on 2351. So I jump back to the light switch, turn it on, undress the bed, turn the light off, get back into bed, and I'm laying there, and literally within seconds, I'm like 2351. Oh, it adds up to my birthday, 11. And in life, my father didn't know I was into numerology, so he wouldn't have known in life that I would know to add up the numbers. So I was just blown away by the fact that, wow, it had to be him, right? So it was because it was about 3 months later. And then just shortly after that, I'm sitting on my front porch at my house, and a butterfly comes up to me because it was in the spring, and it literally landed on my right arm, crawled up to my shoulder, across my chest, to down my left arm, and I took a picture of it, so I have it memorialized. Never since then has a butterfly, and I know butterflies are a symbol of those that have passed, has a butterfly ever done that. I've never had an encounter with a butterfly.
That's
since.
incredible.
So to answer your earlier question about, spirituality and paranormal, there was a meeting of both of those right there, because I had never experienced that. And psychically speaking, I think, I wrote in the Book of Life a lyric in one of the verses that says, see the messages, and that was one of the messages. So if you're aware and you're looking and you're able to be aware of your surroundings and those finer things that happen that almost defy logic, you could get a message from the other side and not be a psychic. But I'm grateful for someone like you who has the ability to really has a honed talent to be able to amplify it and send message. Like I said before, it's healing, it's gratifying, because I can't imagine, me personally, that this is all we have here. There's got to be something else more.
Oh, without a doubt.
Right?
Yeah.
So see, you say without a doubt.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. And it's true, though. It's interesting that you speak about your lyrics, because that's the song that's actually in the book, And
Yes.
She Danced by the Light of the Moon, that I wrote.
Yes.
And I find it really interesting, especially when you talk about your dad, because I spoke about this in my book as well, but my dad was like a very particular guy, and he wouldn't just send me any kind of symbol, and it would have to really resonate with me. And my dad was a really big car guy, so whenever I see things that are on license plates or bumper stickers or any kind of car reference, I'm like, okay, it's got to really like
Right.
ring true to me.
Right.
And it's kind of interesting how you're giving kind of the idea that your dad now knows you as a person from the
Yes.
other side by knowing that you would kind of like connect that to numerology. And the number 11 is really interesting in spirituality.
Right.
It's kind of an empirical number.
It's a master number, yes.
Exactly, yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for him to, and he also like, and I can't tell you how many times I'd look at the clock. One time, the time was actually like 4 something, and we had a storm, and the clock stopped at 10:28.
Oh, wow.
You know, adds up, 10:28, does that add up to 11? Whatever the case may, yes, 10:28 adds up to 11. I can't tell you how many times the clock adds up to 11.
Oh, yeah.
So I would look at the clock, and sometimes even today, I'll look at my clock, and it'll say 10:11, which is my birthday.
Yeah.
So I thought, that's my dad, like just checking in
yeah.
with me. So,
Yeah, but another thing you brought up, which I think the audience would be kind of curious about, is that sometimes family members they have their death around a holiday, and people find, like you mentioned, you had just seen your dad for Easter. Every time that holiday kind of comes around, it's more difficult for them because they associate it not just with the holiday but with the passing of their family. So how are the Easters now that your dad has passed? Do you find that like melancholy, or do you find that?
well, because of my beliefs and the fact that we live on beyond this life, I think the sad part is like whether whomever you lose in your life, they're with you, and it's not a time for sadness. I mean, I'm sad about the fact that he doesn't see my kids and he doesn't enjoy the things that I've experienced in this life. I do think he knows. So it's funny because my mom died around Thanksgiving, which was so perfect.
Another holiday.
Yeah,
Yeah,
another
look
holiday.
at that.
Well, I was so thankful to have her as a mother. I thought that was so profound. So that's just my own personal philosophy. I like to find the joy in life, not the sadness, but I'm aware of my feelings. I acknowledge it, and I just express the gratitude that I have for the people that are in my life that have passed and that are sending me messages, whomever they are. Could be it's not just my parents, it could be anybody.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah, and you had your mom. I mean, she was so special to you. Yeah,
100%. So she's still
Yeah.
on my Facebook page as a
really
picture.
amazing. Yeah.
But I think someone like you with the psychic abilities who helps people who aren't in touch with their intuitiveness or their own ability to connect with loved ones, you bring such a gift to the whole process of loss and love.
Yeah, well, thank you. Yeah, a lot of the work we do has to do with education and just sharing, experiences. Because just you even telling a story of your parents is helping people today.
Wonderful.
So I wanted to thank you so much.
And I thank you, Catherine, because you're awesome.
Thank you. So now we're going to do a cleansing of Joey Campo's house. So we're starting out in the living room. I just had Joey light the California white sage, and he's standing by the doorway of the house, and this doorway walks right into the living room. The living room is a big white room. He's got a large L-shaped gray velour couch, and it's just a beautiful house, Joey. It really, really is.
Thank you.
So we have a white candle that's lit, and we're going to be walking around. Terry's with me. Joey, since he's the house owner, he's going to be moving the sage around the perimeter of every room, and we have a window in every room already cracked. And Joey's familiar with this because we did his last residence. So Joey, why is the window open?
The window is open just in case there's anything evil in the house that wants to make its way out as we're doing what we're doing here now.
No, we want it to make its way out.
Yeah.
Well,
Sure, yeah.
Or
Now,
negative, not necessarily evil, right?
with the sage, do I go around the window or just...
Yeah, just the perimeter of the room. I mean,
Okay.
the sage we're using is so big that it's really kind of encompassing.
It's going to light my house on
No,
fire
it's
again.
not.
No.
not.
But it's
But,
also it's negativity or evil.
Yeah,
Energy.
it lets all...
Energy,
Energy.
really.
Okay,
It's
good.
really negative energy. We try to balance out the energy. So when Joey says evil, it's feelings that people have, and especially for what, Joey went through in the past. He did have feelings that, his life was in turmoil at the time, even maybe before the fire happened to the house. So
It was definitely in turmoil then.
So just so everyone remembers, we're going from one room to the next. So Joey's now making
Are we
it.
going around or are we
Yeah,
going
we're
through
going
here?
straight through to the kitchen. And we have a white candle. We always use a white candle, and that's for spirit energy, but it's also for purity. Now we're in the kitchen right now. It's a beautiful kitchen. This is a big white kitchen. He has a lot of grays in this room. And yeah, this is the setup of this house is much different than the last house.
This is a house. The last one was an apartment.
On
That's
the second
true,
floor.
yeah.
And this also is like, it's probably was built in the 1950s, I would say.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Actually, 60s, maybe the 60s?
There's a thing outside that tells you when it was.
So it's got like brick on the outside, but it's really
Okay, we went
It's
through
really
there.
nice.
it's really
Yeah.
homey.
So now we're going into the dining room area where Joey has this beautiful Christmas tree. Look at that tree.
It's
Wow.
beautiful. And
You want to laugh?
Mr. Christmas over here.
All these ornaments and everything. I mean, I said it before in the interview that I lost everything in the fire. Everything here, tree, ornaments, little Santa Clauses, garland, all of this stuff that you can see. Sorry, people, you can't see it right now. This stuff survived the fire.
That's amazing.
I had 10,000 plus in Kiss memorabilia. Gone.
That
Just
perished.
perished.
Isn't that interesting?
Melted boxes.
Oh my gosh,
This
this tree
was
is so beautiful.
right next to my bedroom, which my bedroom was an inferno.
Which is where the fire
Where the-
started, actually.
It started there and burnt straight up through 3 floors. When everything of mine, it hit.
Wow, and even the ornaments. So these are ornaments you had with all of your children. So
Yes.
they're very sentimental.
Yeah, a lot
That's
of these
really
ornaments are
incredible.
old.
Oh yeah, 2006.
Look at the
2006.
photographs of people on the ornaments. That's really
Yeah, and all
That's your
these like
family
Santa
members.
Clauses everywhere.
yeah, a family on the tree. That's really beautiful, Joey. You know, that's why when things happen in life, we just don't understand them, but maybe we're not supposed to understand.
Or you learn through time and
Exactly.
evolution.
So
Sometimes
now,
at the time that something happens, you don't realize what it means, and then
Exactly.
it finds you later.
so Joey's going down a long hallway right now. In the room on the left, he says is a guest room.
This is a guest bedroom.
This is a nice room.
Anybody want to rent space?
Wow, this is a nice size room though. It's really nice.
Got the old baseboards too.
Oh yeah, but it's also like it's a pleasant like light gray blue. It's very pretty coloring. All right, good. Now we're actually we're gonna go into the bathroom, and we do every room. So Joey's just gonna go into the bathroom right now. This is a room that it's very mod, but he also has washer and dryer. So I always try to make note of the things that are in the room. So washing clothes and drying clothes. It's all like this is, a lot of water in this room. So it's like a cleansing space. So it would be a room that you would want to cleanse.
Should I do it twice then?
Cleansing
No.
spiritually, cleansing physically.
Exactly. So the next room we're going to go into. Oh, look, there's a whole drum kit in here. Look at this
This
room.
is my practice kit.
Oh, there's a bunch.
Oh, wow.
And then there's 2 more drum sets right here. This
So-
is my walk-in closet, by the way.
So
this is a big walk-in closet.
It's supposed to
Like
be
a room.
like a third
Yeah,
bedroom,
it's
but
supposed to be
it's
a
his
third
walk-in
bedroom.
closets because he's got an electronic drum kit set up. He's got
I got
2
my
drum
touring
kits.
kit, and I got one of Terry's kits here.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And clothes.
The other drum kit is my son Anthony's drum kit from way back when I bought it. I told him it was ours.
That's great. Wow. That's a really nice space to have.
Joey is a trooper. He will make
Here we are
anything
now.
negative turn positive.
This room is actually your bedroom, huh?
This is my master bedroom. Yes.
Master
This is
bedroom.
This is my bedroom.
This
I
is
can't even
him.
say master.
This is where the master sleeps.
This is a nice space, though.
Thank
So this room actually is like a very light white color. It's actually a little beige.
Yeah, it's a little beige in it.
Yeah, and you have a nice
Giant
size
size. How about a giant, enormous television?
It's because I'm blind.
Yeah, look at the size of that.
The bigger the better for Joey.
Yeah. Wow, it's really nice though. Okay, good.
Joey and his
All
like
right, and,
85-inch television.
Yeah, so just at the end of the space, so everyone knows, we actually have a closet there. So you would just want to open the door and just give it a quick because that's where you're keeping a lot of your items. So, going to a closet space would be just as important.
Okay.
All right, good. Now we're gonna make our way back. Oh, there's another closet.
This is for the
there.
door.
No,
This is actually the basement, and that's a
Oh,
closet.
the basement. Okay, good. So Joey will just crack those open and just do a quick. That's good. That's fine. Don't worry.
And it creaks for the audience.
Very good. All right, good.
And a closet.
And just one more, yeah.
And then we're just about.
And then that's about it. We
Cool.
want to make sure that everyone knows that we're going to be ending the show. We're going to be ending the show with a full song from Obsidian. So you'll want to stay tuned to listen to their complete song at the end of this
I
program.
believe we're going to do Rise Up.
Yeah, I think so.
Exciting.
Wow, very good. So just so everyone knows, at the end of cleansing a house, you can do your own meditation afterwards. What I'm going to do after the program is I'm going to sit with Joey and I'm going to do a private meditation for him, and that will close out the cleansing of the house. I always tell people we don't blow out the candle. We snuff the candle out, and then so Joey will also secure the sage.
Can you keep the candle running, or do you have to snuff it out?
No, some people blow it out, but I recommend snuffing it out.
What's
Okay.
a snuff?
What you're going to do with those two fingers. But
You could do it with your two fingers, or there is actually a candle snuffer that you
Gotcha.
can buy at the
So
store.
I
have-
got to do one of them.
But you
Yeah.
could, if you wanted to, could you keep it going?
You could keep it going, but I'm going to do his meditation without the candle going.
Okay.
And the meditation will be just for Joey and for the
It's
house.
just been snuffed.
And what we're going to do, now is we're going to close the show. And I want to remind everyone that this is Catherine Nadal, professional psychic medium, and this is Bringing the Darkness to the Light. Remember to be all you can be, and always remember that love never dies. We're going to end the program with Rise Up by Obsidian. Thank you so much, Joey Campo and Terry Knight.
You're so welcome, and thank you very much for having us on here. You're the best.
Thank
And
you,
I wish
Catherine.
you all the luck in the world with your new program,
Thank you. And don't forget Obsidian.
band.com.
Very good.
And we can't thank you enough, Catherine.
Thank you.
You're a special soul, my dear.
Thank you so much. And www.dreamcentralstation.com.
And we're having a big hug.
Very good. All right. I'll see you next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.
tears, they're looking inside. Help me to provide